Hello everybody, Mannix here. We're going to be doing a 3-for-1 special on the large Voyagers by Cold Steel. The old models, not the new models, the old model Voyagers. And if you're not familiar with these, you are in for a treat because I just did a video on the XLs, and I'm going to keep this video a little bit shorter because I basically said everything that could be said about these. But these are really awesome folders. I have all three blade styles here. I have the Tonto, the Vaquero, and the clip point and Tonto in the plain edge, obviously, and then our Vaquero, as always, only in fully serrated. They also sold these in combo edges, and I believe fully serrated, or maybe only fully serrated. I can't remember. Anyway, but they did have serrated variants on these two right here. It's harder and harder to find the plain edges. They're very difficult to find, generally more expensive. You find these used online, you can get them anywhere from, like, if you're lucky, 60 all the way up to maybe a max of about $100, usually around 90 or so for these large old model Cold Steel Voyagers right here. Very cool knives. They're all very lightweight. Yeah, well, more on the lightweight side. Let's weigh these. I forget how much they weigh off the bat, but each of them have a handle length of 5 inches and a blade length of 4 inches on the nose. Let's weigh them. I don't remember how much they weigh. I do know they weigh less than the new model Voyagers, because the new model Voyagers, they have thicker handles, thicker blade steels, and they have aluminum liners. These do not have liners in them at all. It's just as IX. Oh, it's on 1. Come on, set to 0. Okay, cool. Our Tonto is at 3.71 ounces. Vaquero at 3.22 ounces, a little lighter. And then our clip point at 3.63 ounces. So basically in the 3 to 4 ounce range all these knives are, which is very, very light for the amount of steel you're getting here for that wickedness. 4-inch blade right there. That's really cool. Again, very light. Lightweight knives for the size of them. I mean, look at all that blade right here. They're kind of medium duty, medium lighter, because it's just a Zyx handle, which is basically FRN, which is fiberglass reinforced nylon, which is glass and plastic mixed together. It's an extremely, extremely strong material. If you slam this on the sidewalk, on concrete, on steel, you are not going to break this handle. I don't think that would ever happen. Maybe if it was really hard, somehow that happened, but dropping it is never going to break. At the very worst, you're going to get like nicks and cracks and stuff, but the handle breaking, not going to happen. Very strong material. They're very light. They're very balanced for the amount of knife you're getting here. The idea, they're these like outdoorsman's everyday, ready for anything type folders. That was the philosophy behind these Voyagers right here, hence the name, I think. Anyway, it's complete assumption. I have no idea. I don't know if they just picked that out of the air for no reason. I don't know, but that's how I see these knives. They are voyaging knives. Very awesome. All very comfortable. These have kind of a versatile design, I say. I say versatile handles, and there's not really extreme grooves or anything like that. Just, kind of rounded. Everybody will find it generally comfortable. I don't think anyone's going to find these knives uncomfortable. This one's a little bit more extreme because it just has to accommodate for that wacky Vaquero style blade right there. But that's still pretty comfortable too. And what I mean by an extreme design is, again, like these big old choils. Those knives, I call them extreme because either your hand will melt into them perfectly, it'll be so comfortable, or your hand will be too big or it'll be too small and it'll be touching all of the points on the choils and stuff. It'll be really uncomfortable. And a lot of people say knives that are supposed to be more comfortable actually are not comfortable at all, and I understand. If you have like a big hand or a small hand or a hand that does not quite fit that handle in particular, it's going to be very uncomfortable. But a versatile handle, although it won't be extremely comfortable for anybody, it won't be uncomfortable for anyone either, I don't think. And that's how these are compared to the new model Voyagers. The new model Voyagers have a little bit more choils. I find those a little more comfortable, but that's just my hand, my large size, man hands right here. Large glove size, by the way. My hands aren't that big, but these all deploy fast, readily. You don't need much wrist flick. Technically, you don't need wrist flick, actually, but it's best to just give them a little thwack like that. Lockbacks generally are a slower locking mechanism than like a liner lock per se, because there's a little bit more pressure on there. However, they are a little bit stronger in turn. Now, these lockbacks, instead of the new triad locks that they put on the new models, they have a half stop. Hear that? There's a little click before the snap of it locking. That's because there's a little cutout. Hopefully you can see that. Yeah, you can. Right here, there's the cutout where the notch of the lockback locks into place, and then there's a little dimple you can see right there. That's our half stop. The half stop is just, it just gives you a little bit of extra time to move your hand or do whatever, or as you're closing it, so it doesn't close on your fingers. Not that it really can if you're in the correct position. Only the ricasso of the blade hits you right there instead of the actual edge. However, it just kind of gives you a little extra time to get your hand out of the way as a place that stops. That's what that extra click is. It's like a double click, not a when you open them up. I think that's really awesome. The new Voyagers do not have that. Not a huge deal. Some people think it's an upset because they're more smooth, I guess. Yeah, technically speaking, that is more smooth. But still, I like them. They all have like a diamond pattern right here. Triangular diamond pattern offers a lot of grip. The Vaquero, the clip point and the Tonto have the same exact handle. The Vaquero has a little bit wider of a handle. It's a little bit more to hold on to. I guess that's the philosophy of use. The deal behind the Vaquero is supposed to be more of a hacking and slashing type blade. And the Vaquero is technically actually just a kukri. See that? If I get rid of the spine here, you can see, oh, it's a kukri, just whoop, whoop. But it's just, the cutout here kind of freaks people out, like, what is that? What is that right there? It's just a unique style thing Cold Steel did, I guess. It also lightens the knife up technically. It makes it a little bit better of a piercer, I guess, because it's a little bit more acute right there. Cool looking blade still. It's going to be really funky and weird for a lot of people. It's not very classic looking, but I like it. Again, these only came in the serrated, I believe. I don't think I've ever seen a plain edge one. Maybe they made a special edition plain edge, old model Voyager. But from what I've looked up, I only see serrations, and normally I despise serrations, however, and I do not like this pattern. Sorry, Cold Steel, I don't like your serrations, never did. But for this kind of knife, for this kind of blade steel, it matches for what you're supposed to be doing. It's that with your hacking, when you're slashing, you actually kind of want it sometimes to snag. So if you're cutting through foliage and plants and stuff in the jungle, for whatever reason, that's what you want them to snag onto light plants and stuff and just sort of cut them a little bit easier. When you cut and pull back, that offers a lot more ripping and tearing. So if you're going down the whole defense route and you're trying to get through like someone's thick leather jacket or whatever for some reason, then yeah, that would be good. That'd be good. But in every single other case, I like plain edge. Oh, I love Tonto blades. It's so cool. Check it out. These are all riveted. You cannot take these apart. They do not have pivot screws. However, and normally I was like, oh, I don't want that. I want a pivot screw. And they have a little bit of side to side on this one. A little more side to side on that one. Almost no side to side on that one. So they're a little bit inconsistent, and not inconsistent from the factory, obviously. It's inconsistent because you get these generally used all the time. You don't really find these new anymore. It's hard to find them new. But I have not had any problems with these. I've used these. Went out and used these knives, carried these knives. And I have not had any problems with the blade being too loose or loosening up. So the one upside the rivets have is that they never loosen on you, generally speaking. However, I still prefer pivot screws because there's this new invention called Loctite. And that's really awesome because you can put it on there and then it won't loosen on you anyway. And you also have the option to adjust it. However, that being said, these rivets are still cool. Very simple. Very simple knives. Yeah, a little lanyard hole there. Tip up right hand carry only. Pocket clip kind of sucks. I don't like how it bends down like that. It's kind of a little bit difficult to get it in your pocket, but you gotta kind of like practice. This will rev up your pocket a bit, so if you want to, you can take the pocket clip off, sand that section right there, and be done with it. The Vaquero has a larger pocket clip, as you can see, which carries a little nicer. Kind of just like the XLs. Here's the XL Vaquero, here's the XL Tonto, same deal. And same style, like thicker handle too. So I'll have a VG1 satin finish stainless steel blade on there, which is in the VG10 family, if you will. Spyderco uses that on their Enduras and their Delicas and such. It's actually kind of mimic the Delicas a little bit. Sorry, the Enduras a little bit. Well, if you go to the medium Voyagers, that's kind of like the Delica size, I guess. But basically, they're both very lightweight knives. These are a little bit heavier duty, I think, because the blades are a little thicker, but their blade steels are a little bit less in quality. But again, they were probably a little bit less in price. So these blade steels, they will last quite a while. They have excellent rust resistance. They're a lot better than the AUS 8 that the new Cold Steel Voyagers use until they changed it to CTS BD1, and now I think they're an AUS 10. I don't know much about that blade steel, but VG1 for the most part is a better blade steel than the AUS 8. I know that much at least. Very good rust resistance satin finishes on here versus the stonewash finishes on the new models. So anyway, there's not really a whole lot more to say. These are very simple knives, and I like them for that. Simplicity sometimes is key to making a great knife, and these just work. They work very well, and even though they don't have a lot of the bells and whistles that a lot of newer, cooler, whatever knives have, I still think these are awesome. I think these are more awesome than a lot of those knives. I love the simplicity. I love the lightweightness to them. They're just knives that work. You know, very lightweight. You got a lot of edge there to work with. Very menacing looking, cool knives. Simple lockback. It doesn't get a whole lot more simple than this with knives. I really like these. I use this clip point for work all the time. It was always my go-to. I usually don't care for weight, but I liked having such a lightweight, capable, long blade It's something that you can flick out. You have a lot of edge to work with there. I don't know, it's just awesome. So, anyway, that is it. That is the Cold Steel Voyager large old model series right here, all 3 blade steels. If you like the video at all, if you want to see more knife reviews, if you want to see any lighter reviews, flashlight reviews, balance on tutorials, camping videos, and stuff like that, I'm still getting the channel kind of rolling here, hit the subscribe button, hit the notifications button that YouTube added in for some reason so you do not miss any videos if you don't want to miss any videos. I upload videos every single week. Every single Wednesday I'm uploading videos now. And then occasionally I will actually upload, probably even more than occasionally, I will be uploading videos here and there on top of the Wednesdays. So Wednesday is always a guarantee, but I'll upload stuff all the time. But at least weekly videos you get. So anyway, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.